Hi guys, and welcome back again for another round of Nighttime podcast. How you going, Andy?
Yeah,
Kenny
good.
Back?
Plenty to talk about tonight.
And tonight we have on the lounge none other than Big Al, Josh himself.
G'day, Knights people.
G'day,
boys. Welcome to see. Good to see you back, Kenny.
Thanks, mate. It's good to be here, mate. Good to be back. Yeah, 2 weeks I hate us. So
Good to be back. Good to see everything's going well for you now, mate.
yeah, it is good. Yeah, everything's going real well.
To tell you the truth, Kenny, we need you back on the show because since you've been gone, we haven't won a game.
So hopefully luck will turn, mate.
Can you get back on the show?
Yes. Maybe Josh is on or something. Could be, yeah.
If we win this week, Kenny, you're definitely coming every week.
And, next week we'll have Josh up here and we'll probably have another guest on the VIP lounge. But crew review, guys, brought to you by Steak and Chops. How do you take on last week's game, guys?
Injuries, do we want to talk about that first?
Yeah, well, I think...
Mate, there's some injuries, isn't there?
We're in a bad spot, but I can see us coming through. I think, having a look at the team, which we'll go through soon, we're in a bad spot, but I think the players we have there can cover for a
we're
week
still
or two.
putting out a competitive team.
That's right.
But even last week in the game, the determination was still there. They still wanted to score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They come down that other end, and I think with Blake Green there, got a couple of set repeats. You know, kicking it, fucking making them kick dead, and getting those sets. You know, but he's just the kicks. Sometimes I think Tariq Sims blocked a kick or charged down a kick there.
That was Mitchell Pearce's kick.
Oh,
the
was
first
it?
one, yeah.
No, in the second one.
No, the second one in the second half.
And where he scored
the try. No, it was Blake Green.
Yeah,
Was
it
it?
was. Yeah.
Sims.
I don't know. They put too much. Were they on
Sims
side?
must be the fastest. He must be faster than
Did they? I don't think they would have been on side, surely, because Gizé got up quick in his face.
But in saying that too, like, look at the performance until he got hurt and taken off of Kurt Mann in the second half.
Yeah.
When Pearce was gone,
It's gritty, mate.
he stood up.
He did.
He knew he had to take
stepped
control.
up.
And all honestly, like, we've got Connor there, which Connor will do a great job this week, no doubt.
Yep.
But next week, I want to see Kurt back with Greenie.
Yeah.
And let Kurt play that game he played last week, you know, where he just had more ball. And no disrespect to Mitchell Pearce whatsoever, but I just feel in that 10-minute period after the second half, Kurt's kicking game was probably one of the best we've had this year.
Yeah, I reckon we're going to miss Mitchell Pearce. He's
without a doubt. It's just even his
We've
brain.
replaced him with someone that's just as good, mate, in Blake Green.
He's got a good. He's
got a good kicking game. Yeah. He's got a rugby league.
That's right.
Brain.
And that's what Mitchell Pearce brings too. But now you're getting Greenie.
We're lucky Blake Green's just coming back at the right time with that injury. So I want to ask you guys your thoughts. 2 years in a row now, we've had more injuries than anyone. Is it something that we need to, and I'm not saying there is anything wrong with the program or anything like that, but do we need to have a look at our strength and performance programs or anything like that? Or
I don't think it's got anything to do with the strength. I think they train their guts out.
100%.
They get them fit and ready to play. The one thing that's got me, and I'm pretty sure, I think it was Daniel Saifidi said it after the game, or Jacob, but it was one of the twins. The game's getting faster. They want to make the game quicker. It's causing more fatigue, which is going to cause more injuries.
Yeah, that's it.
But the quicker they make the game, that's going to happen. Like that. I know everyone wants to play, you know, we want to have a quick game of rugby league. We want to see it real quick and fast, the ball in play.
You can only take it so far.
But, that's right. You got to think of the players' welfare as well.
Yeah, 100%. What's worrying me, but we've got these players, some players that have come to the club. We've got Mitchell Pearce, we've got Blake Green, Jaden Brayley. Play career. Jaden Brayley's only young, but Pearce and Green, they've played NRL standard football for a long time. All of a sudden they come to the Knights and they get long-term injuries. Is it just coincidence? Or
is there I understand what you're saying there,
you know, with all these other injuries we're getting at the moment.
Luck or is it
luck? Is it? And it probably is. It probably
I don't know. Could be their age as well. Like, look at Blake Green. I'm pretty sure Blake Green's gone through his whole career.
Yeah.
With hardly that's probably, I think, the worst injury he's ever got.
Yeah,
to
that's
tell you
right.
the truth. So I can't.
Mitchell Pearce has now come here and had a couple.
He's out for 10 weeks, are you?
And apparently, 10 to 12 weeks. And apparently, it's the same pec that he did 3 years ago.
And the
Is it? Yeah.
The thing
it's
is,
the same
He
side,
had surgery today. Apparently, that went well.
Well,
so.
yeah.
but 10 to 12 weeks, and then he's got to get his fitness back.
Yeah.
Will we see Mitchell Pearce back?
Yeah.
This year?
Yeah,
will,
we'll see
you
him
will.
back. We'll see him back. If he misses
when I
12
worked
weeks,
it
we're
out-
looking at week, what's that?
Oh,
16.
Yeah, well, I worked it out, and the week he comes back will be the bye round.
Well, that works even
So
better.
that
again.
works even better. So that'll give him an extra week to sort of get himself.
Yeah.
And saying that too,
Look at training and stuff.
Oh,
So.
it'd be interesting to see this week, but because you got the little pocket dynamo on Connor Watson
Yeah,
with Blake Green,
Yeah.
and then we've got Ponga back.
yeah.
Which
That's a massive
Yeah,
end.
Ponga's a
to
you
boost.
know,
That's
that's
a
awesome.
huge boost, mate. The
That's
gun in the
awesome.
one.
So if we can just get past this week, and then the following week we get a few others back, like Kurt back.
Yeah.
So then you push Connor back to his little pocket dynamo running position that he's doing off the
Yeah, and I
bench
think
or whatever.
Jacob will be back.
Jacob
'cause
will be
he's
back.
from suspension. Yeah.
We're coming into a pretty tough
Yeah,
month,
next
like,
4
Which
weeks.
is good.
Next 4 or 5
Going to be
weeks.
crucial.
Which is
Yeah.
good.
Titans, Sharks. I think then we got the
Roosters.
Panthers,
Yeah,
Roosters.
Oh, Panthers are going to be a hard one.
Raiders.
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 So there's no easy run there.
No.
No, there's
not.
no easy
But
games.
the
but
thing
they're
is-
all top
Yeah, there's actually, to tell you the
Contenders.
truth, this is one thing that gets me. Over the last couple of weeks, everyone's been saying, oh, these are easy games, these are easy games. All right, people out there, there's no easy game in the NRL.
No, that's
No,
right.
that's right.
No matter what club you play, that 1
Or
to
how
13.
good they're going.
That
yeah.
1 to 13.
I mean,
Well, look at prime example on the weekend. The Dragons.
yeah,
They come out a totally different team.
yeah.
And we've spoken about it last few weeks. We all said that they're going to be a different team.
Team, well, they're
they
playing
did.
The
good
Dragons
footy.
they've won 3 in a row now.
They're,
That's
they're
right.
a bit of
Playing
a
good
dark.
football.
The
Yeah.
Dragons are a bit of a dark horse.
Yeah.
That's right.
Everyone picked them to
Get
be
the spoon.
And
bottom
they've had
of
a
the
few
ladder. and
injuries.
They're going good.
That's it. It doesn't matter who you play. If you played Melbourne, if we played Melbourne on the weekend and Melbourne lost their 1, 6 and 7 by half time or just after half time,
Yeah,
we'd be expecting to win that game.
Yeah.
You'd be going, this is our chance to win that game.
Yeah, that's
Any
right.
game you play, the team loses their 1, 6 and 7. On top of all the injuries we've already got,
Yeah.
the players we got out.
My thoughts on that, your question that you said earlier, Andy, was we haven't really had, other than Andrew Johns that started as a junior in halves, we haven't really had a young up-and-coming half. We've always had...
Since
Oh,
Andrew and Matthew.
Oh, we had Matthew
We
Robo.
had Brett
We had-
Kamali, we've had...
but we haven't had...
He took off.
We haven't had a consistent young, other than probably Jared Mullen.
Jared Mullen, yeah.
And
But this is
Brock
like-
Land that left. So
But this is my whole
We've had
point
plenty
where...
talked up like that. Like Tyrone Roberts was talked up as the next big thing.
But this is what I say about when they're saying, oh, we need to chase this or chase this person. No, we don't. We've got Connor Watson.
Yeah.
We've got
You got-
Kurt Mann and that.
Kurt, man. You
Let's-
got Phoenix, you got Simi, little
That's
Simi.
right.
I think Simi's
So-
he's named in the top 21 there.
So realistically, we've got 4 decent halves, right? 2 that are up and coming. Why not just concentrate on them?
No,
It will happen.
Yeah.
Phoenix
you know?
Brosnan's out. He's suspended and he's injured. At the
That's right. But you got Blake Green.
Yeah.
You got Kurt.
Yeah,
And, you got Connor there until Mitchell comes back.
yeah.
Do we really need it? Do we need it?
And
Well, I think Jay Clifford's officially or formally asked for a release from
yeah, to come down.
the Cowboys now, so we've
'Cause
probably
I
got to
think
watch
he
his
knows-
space over the next couple
If he
of days
comes
too.
down, he knows he's guaranteed probably.
That's
the
right.
first grade.
But in saying that too,
Till, at least till Pierce is back,
Back,
and
yeah.
give himself a chance to
Okay.
establish himself.
Himself.
when Pearce comes back, do we even need him? Realistically.
But I'd like to get him down. I reckon it's a good opportunity if he can get released to
But
get him
but
down
then
here.
Down here a bit
Have a
earlier.
look at him.
'Cause he's more than likely he'll be there next year. Don't know
Yeah,
where,
yeah.
but he's going to be here next year.
Yeah.
But then who loses their position?
Well, Pierce is out at the moment.
That's right, but he's
Then
going to
they go back to the original play. Well, he steps in for Pierce, but it gives us an opportunity to watch him behind our pack. I don't think he's playing behind a pack.
Well, that's right,
As
so
good
you
as
need
what
him.
he's going to play
Cowboys are
behind
playing
here.
pretty-
They're terrible,
pretty
mate.
well.
Josh Maguire's on the way out.
Yeah, he's on his way out.
He's going to the Dragons, are you?
Well, there's a new
Todd
coach.
Payton
He's
pretty
playing
much said
there,
in
yeah.
his press conference that with Josh Maguire that he's
Well,
He's
we've got
looking
to
elsewhere.
Tamalolo. You know what I mean? He's
But in saying that, okay, Josh Maguire goes to the Dragons. You watch a different Josh Maguire.
He's played under Anthony Griffin.
Yeah, he has at the Broncos.
You watch a different Josh Maguire.
Yeah.
Mark my word.
I've got to give a shout out to before the game on the weekend. Some of my cousins are all Dragons fans, so I got a few messages and there was a few bets going on and shit and that sort of stuff. So I want to give a shout out. I promised my cousin if the Dragons won, I was going to give him a shout out anyway. More so if they lost, but to Daniel Cusack, this is your shout out. I promised you this when on the weekend before the game, you called the Dragons we're going to win. But anyway, good on you, mate. You got bragging rights at the moment, and Mark as well. So anyway, we'll meet you again. We'll do yours next time.
Just so you know, Kenny's got a new phone. He doesn't know how to put it on silent. Well, also, guys, obviously we didn't get the result that we're after. Dragons 22, Knights 13. Decent crowd there, 21,750 people there on Easter Sunday, which was a really good crowd atmosphere. Jim Asaki got a lucky try for his try at the game. Good to see our fan favourite Josh King get another try.
That was a good try too.
That was a good try.
Right in front of me too. He steamrolled onto that ball.
Yeah, no, he was very happy with that try. But, geez, it was not good to see Tarek Sims that used to play for the Knights.
Yeah,
that's the best game he's ever played at McDonald Jones Stadium.
McDonald Jones, and happened to be in a fucking red V jersey.
To be honest, he's got it in him. He can play like that. But, he's just inconsistent.
Yeah. Now, when he was playing with the Knights, like we talked about. Yeah.
No, even now, inconsistent.
But he'll have a good week, and then the next week he's a bit ordinary.
Hey, boys, I've got to ask, what was your thoughts on the field goal before half time?
I thought it was smart.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
So you like it?
I'd rather have it before half time than trying to get it in the last 10 minutes of the game.
The best part about it was that the bet with Kurt Mann was that he had to score on the weekend for someone to get a tattoo. We didn't say he had to score a try.
That's right.
No, you did.
Go back.
I watched the video.
You go back and watch it. It said score. And Kurt has already messaged us and said, so when is he getting the tattoo? Because I scored.
And you got 1 point.
This is a complete stitch up.
No, we wouldn't do that. We need to go back to the tape.
There's no
rewind.
here, mate.
We'll get Kurt on next week, and he can ask him to his. And
our producer will get the clip from last week's show to see what he said.
We'll let Kurt next week. You spec and sort it out, and
it's a tattoo.
It's a tattoo. As soon as he scored that, I was looking for you. And looking for Al going, he scored. I could hear that tattoo gun going already.
1 point.
Now, there was also a result that didn't go our way late in the game, forward pass.
That wasn't forward.
Mate, if that was forward, I'll walk to Sydney.
But you asked me, you got to ask yourself this, okay?
It was a line ball.
It wasn't even that. I don't know. It was straight in backwards.
I wasn't straight in front of it, but we were behind the goalpost.
Yeah.
And to us, we were up. That's a try.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're looking at the replays. He's passed it on the line, and Heimel's caught it
behind the line.
Just behind the line.
His hands, you could see, were
he's
backwards.
Propelled backwards.
I've got good mates that are Dragons fans, and they were like, that was not forward.
Well, there was a forward pass in the first half, just that
led to Tarek Sims' try.
Led to Tarek Sims' first try. That was a metre forward.
That's right.
Yeah. But is that the one out of dummy half? Was it out of dummy half? Or?
They made a little half break and then he passed it back on. I think it was Adam Clune. Passed it back on the inside. It was a metre forward. Same touch judge. That touch judge.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Same touch judge.
That touch judge in the first half. There was a try at the Dragons' first try that was disallowed. There was a knock on in that. In front of that touch judge. Then there's that forward pass, it's a metre forward that he's missed.
And then he calls out.
And then he calls out forward.
I was going to bring that up too this week. Yeah, you said touchies don't do nothing.
He did.
Well, he did on the weekend.
Yeah, but he didn't do the right.
I think I told him he only had one job on the weekend.
That was right in front of where I sit, as you know. And it was seriously, Stevie Wonder could see it was backwards. So,
but anyway,
going back to that, why can't the video referee overrule that.
Yeah, or rule on forward. That's hard.
Why can't they, like the NRL's introduced everything the last 12 months? Why can't they introduce, in soccer, how they got the offside thing?
Yeah.
Why can't they introduce that? Or Hawkeye?
What they use in the tennis, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Mate, they've got the technology to do this sort of stuff.
Why
can't they?
Use it in the cricket.
I know it's a rule that's gone back for century, like the last century. They don't rule on forward passes.
But that has to change.
It's got to. So they changed everything else. Why can't they change
it's
that?
It's affecting so many results.
Okay, I'm happy if it's a really hard decision and you can't go, it might go either way. One of those ones to go back to ref's call, okay? But in a blatant situation like that where Stevie Wonder could see it was backwards and this touch judge somehow says it's forward, the video ref should be able to
if you have a look at the situation, the main referee was ready to award the try.
He ran around.
And then he noticed that his touchy was just standing still and didn't move, and he's like, oh, well, that's forward.
That's forward, that's right.
He probably stood still because he was cold and hadn't done nothing all game.
That's right. But anyway, that's the negatives out of the game.
It probably wouldn't have changed the result, but geez, it would have made that last 5-10 minutes a lot more interesting.
But you know, as yourself being a former player too, you score that try, you get a sniff.
Yeah.
You get your back up and start.
That's it.
That can change a game. Yeah. That probably just in the dumps. That was us gone.
And it just made the whole crowd just go. It just ruined the whole game. That result, that call, because the crowd atmosphere just went.
Another thing I must say.
And then when they showed it about 20 times on the big screen.
Anyway. That's
there's plenty of negatives. That's all the negatives. There's some positives coming out of the weekend too, but you mentioned him. He scored a try. Shibasaki copped it from the fans.
The week before. Yeah,
on the weekend he was really good.
But that was a good try. That was a good lucky try. Did you see the Dragons
Ramsey?
player?
What's his name?
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay. Probably swearing like Gordon Ramsay.
It was Gordon's son.
Yeah,
what did he do? He's hit it between both hands, hit his head.
But he made a line break. He was solid. I thought he had a good game.
But that just shows.
So good on him. Thumbs up there. Good on him.
That's just something for the young blokes to learn. Play to the whistle.
Yeah.
And he did. He scored a try.
That's right.
And also, it was good to see. You can tell that he's an outright centre. He's not a winger.
Yeah. No, he is. He's a centre. He's not. Yeah, that's the other thing too. But
anyway,
I was impressed with his game, and Adam O'Brien showed some faith in him from the week before, and he repaid him. So I was pretty happy for him. He's only young.
He signed a 2-year deal, contract extension during the week, and he repaid us for it. So
good on him.
Did.
Yeah, he signed.
I thought he was signed for 3 years.
Yeah, he signed a 2-year deal.
He's a Knight for a while, so that's all that matters.
I thought he was already signed.
Anyway, boys, on to the next segment, Around the Grounds, brought to you by Mobile Travel Agents, Josh.
Yes, we got a couple of results. I'll actually get Kenny to go through the first four.
Yeah, the first couple of four, Manly and Penrith, 46-6.
It's a pretty good game, mate.
What's going on with Manly?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know, but it's good.
Desi's coaching's gone.
He's gone downhill, and the Bulldogs and South 38-0, and same with the Doggies. I don't know what's going on there. And Storm and the Broncos, Storm 40-6 over the Broncos, and the Sharks 48-10 over the Cowboys. Now there's some bloody big scores there. So
those four tips were probably easy to tip for footy tipping people.
Yeah, but I didn't expect the Sharks to blow out like that.
No, I thought the Cowboys could have.
I thought they would have put up a bit better fight.
Cowboys are struggling.
I didn't think they were going to win, but I didn't think they were going to get done by 38 points.
They got dramas up there. I don't know what's going on.
To tell you the truth, I think the Broncos are playing better football than what the Cowboys, Bulldogs, and Manly are at the moment.
Yeah, Broncos beat the Doggies a couple of weeks ago.
And kept them scoreless.
You see, the Doggies might be in a bit of trouble with leaving that young Lewis on concussed. They left him on for about 5 minutes before taking him off. So I mean, with this
all over the place too, wasn't he?
At least with the Knights, Kurt was straight off.
I don't think we had much choice with Kurt.
Same with this fella. He got up. Remember Mark Carroll when Harrigan knocked him up? He got up and he fell, and he got up and he fell. And they let him play another set of six.
All the South players come over and grabbed him. Picked him up like, oi, ref.
Which I will, while we're on that, I will must say to Tarek Sims, for what he done
did.
as well.
Yeah, that was good.
That's sportsmanship.
As
mate,
opposed to the other bloke, you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. We'll touch on that a bit later, but good on that. And it was the Dragons fullback as well. He came and helped him. Helped him there. So good on him.
Yeah, that's sportsmanship.
That's right. End of the day, like we might be there and go smash him, whatever.
No,
but you don't want to see anyone get hurt.
Hey, welfare, mate.
Yeah.
So
The other 4 games to finish off the round were Raiders 20, Titans 4. I thought that game, they might have been a little bit closer than what the result was.
It was. Did you watch the game? Did you watch that game?
Yeah.
It actually wasn't a bad game.
It was a good game, but
was that at Canberra? I didn't see that one.
no, it was
it was at Netra Jubilee.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right because of the
And also, the Sharks and who Sharks played?
They played the
Cowboys.
Yeah, that game.
the double header. That's right. Yeah.
Which was good for. It was good for NRL, to have.
I think there should be more of it. To be honest, some double headers.
Yeah.
Okay, say just for example, McDonald Jones Stadium, we have Knights play Penrith, and then we have Manly play Parramatta. Just for example.
Well, I reckon,
you'd fill it.
I reckon for the 4 games, I reckon it would be if you have Parramatta and the Knights play, you get a good crowd, and if you had Tigers Roosters, you get a good crowd.
Regardless of who the teams, I was just throwing 4 out for example. You'll fill the stadium.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
They got Magic Round in Brisbane. And
But
that's the oddie behind
that's in
that.
Brisbane. I mean, not a lot of people can get there. I reckon if we did a couple
It's a bit harsh, but imagine like the Knights had a home game and they said, this weekend Knights are going to play a double header. Your home game's now at Parramatta Stadium.
Or take it to Bankwest Stadium.
Yeah, they've already played it at Brisbane. Yeah, take it somewhere else. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
Even double headers.
You lose that home ground advantage.
But
you lose that Marathon Stadium.
I'm all for going to Bankwest Stadium for a double header too. Look, from a fan's point of view, that's probably one of the best stadiums in Australia.
What about that brand new stadium over the other side of Australia? A brand new stadium they built in Perth.
I don't want to go for a road trip.
Oh, mate, what about that? Like,
road trip.
That's what I'm thinking.
Magic
you
round
want to expand the comp, or let's get it over to the west, mate. Let's see
Bring back the round.
I wrote something on Facebook today. And a bloke commented on it, and he was actually from Perth. And he goes, mate, I'd love to come down to training and watch them train, but it's a bit hard. I'm in Perth.
Well, there's a problem. So let's take it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
4 of us, road trip, mini minor.
Oh, can you imagine it?
Not so
It's not travel guides anymore. It'll be... You've seen the show
It'll be
Travel
nighttime
Guides?
guides. Yeah.
Can you imagine it? Toy Story Express.
We also had the Roosters 32 over the Warriors. How good are the Morris boys? Like, honestly, they are unbelievable.
That's one game I didn't actually watch. I was coming home back from our game.
Same.
I didn't actually get to watch that. But apparently, that new Sammy Walker.
Yeah,
apparently he carved up as well. Yeah,
fair enough.
And then Easter Monday, the Eels 36, West Tigers 22. Blake Ferguson getting a double there in that game.
Yeah, but
that was close.
That's scoreline. The Tigers were right in it to the end. Right in it to the end. Just a couple of things didn't go their way. And the River Worms come through and got them.
Yeah. They scored 2 tries last year.
Sorry, floor boy Gary. But I must say too, take me out of Parramatta, they're going well. But,
what was it? With about 15 to go, it was 24-22, wasn't it?
A few minutes to go, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was. I think Parramatta scored in the last 10 minutes or something. Scored a couple of tries. In the last
Tigers
10 minutes.
are going along all right.
Yeah, they're
going better than what
they got a bit of confidence from us, beating us. So they, and like Brooksy said after our game, he goes, it's good to get a win over a quality team. You know what I mean? So it's good to see that other clubs out there aren't thinking easy beats.
And give someone some acknowledgement.
Yeah.
I like it. Anyway, boys, that's around the grounds for this week. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back, and time for What Caught My Eye, Ken Dog.
Yeah, it's brought to you by Remarkable Impressions, and what caught my eye on the weekend was when I played rugby league, I never did it. I'm not a big fan of it, and I hate to see it in the game. I want it to get rubbished out of the game, but when Kurt Mann got knocked out, was Ravawala come back over the top of him and getting in his face and that, and he's like, well, come on, mate. the man's unconscious, laying on the ground. There's no need for it. It's bad sportsmanship. And I thought you were a good player, mate, but after seeing that, you're a grub.
Yeah, well said,
Of
Kenny.
all people, too, Kurt Mann, he's probably the nicest, non-dirtiest player there.
Yeah,
So why
and he
would
was,
you?
mate,
He
he
would
was
have been a former teammate too.
both
Been at the Dragons together.
Yeah, I didn't see any sense in it, and
No.
I was in the stands, mate, and I was doing my head in over it. And there was Dragon supporters in front of me, and I'm saying to them, how could you cheer that grab on like dead set, like
Yeah, and at the same time,
bad
as you said before,
sportsmanship.
Tarek Sims,
Yeah.
did the right thing.
Did the right thing and come over and made sure he was all right.
Which that leads into what caught my eye, which was when that happened, was the way the team rallied around Kirk. Yeah, it started a little melee and whatever, but I don't care. If your player's getting, it's good to see that you've got 12 other blokes there.
Got your back.
They're going to have your back. And that's what, over a few years, I thought we have lacked at certain times. But you got the Saifidi boys and
Clammer and
Mitchy Barnett.
And
I'll tell you another one too.
Starting to get a bit of that aggression back like the old, Chief. And
I'll tell you another one too that I thought was fired up and they were trying to have a go and I thought, you're pretty game.
Yeah.
Was, what's his name, Sue?
Suaso.
I thought, not me.
Yeah.
I thought if you're going to pick someone, I would have picked someone better than him.
I would have picked Tex Hoy or someone.
He's another one that's getting better every game too.
I rate him.
Jesse Sue.
I rate him.
Jesse Sue. He's not afraid, mate, to run the ball up, and he'll come off the back fence, mate, to do it. So
I get Tyson's our buy of the year, but I tell you what. He's a close second. For what he's done since he's come here.
Yeah, I'd say that's why Adam O'Brien bought him.
We'll go back to it again. Yeah, I was filthy on Sione leaving him and buying him, but I've got to eat my words.
Yeah.
I mean, Sione still would have been great for our club, but what he's done since he's got here, I'll take my hat off.
Yeah.
It was a good buy.
Yeah. Mine, and this is for our floor boy Gary, the Parramatta fan. Riverworms. What caught my eye came from the Parramatta game was two Parramatta fans in the stands.
Oh, the handbags.
At 20 paces. The best thing about that was even Parramatta fans don't like Parramatta fans.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see it?
Oh,
mate.
honestly, just
watch it.
You'll have to, mate.
You get two blokes in a Parramatta jersey.
Yeah.
You give them a handbag each. And it's like they're just slapping each other.
And that's just normal them going to the footy every week.
Honestly, but
The security guard was quick to get there, though, wasn't he? Unless
and the
he
Tigers fan, backed his mate too. Had a crack, so.
Like a tiger.
No, mate, it was sad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What's yours, Josh?
Big Al?
Mine was Good Friday. James Bracey did a stitch up of good old JT.
No, that was Thursday.
Oh,
it was Thursday night.
No, it was Good Friday.
No, it was Thursday night.
Oh, yeah, Thursday night. Sorry, April Fool's. I thought that was an absolute goal.
It was a classic.
It was unreal.
See JT's face.
JT had no idea what was going on.
But that's good. That's good in the game. Bring in a bit of humour and fun,
Oh, his face, mate. Did you see JT?
Yeah,
and then he's like, "We'll go to Freddie for the," and then they're like, "No, do the highlights." Okay.
He's turned to Alana the high.
Yeah, and I actually saw James Bracey at the game on Sunday, and I said, "Mad stitch up, mate." He's like, "Yeah, it was good, but we got a lot of criticism over it." I'm
but you're always going to get
the game.
You're going to get these
people criticise.
It's the same as
It's going to happen. It's
the gay time ice cream now. They're calling for that to be changed.
Yeah.
When's this shit going to stop? Honestly.
Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
They've taken the mystery out. He's just Potato Head now. It is just Potato Head now.
Yeah.
Well, even even something closer to home, ball boys. They're not ball boys anymore. They're ball kids. You know what I mean? When's it going to stop? I know it's getting a bit off rugby league a bit, but there's just so many do-gooders out there that are just taking the
Taking it way too far.
Taking it way too far. I didn't see a problem with it, and I don't see a problem with it. And honestly, bring back a bit of
They
humour.
were classing it. Certain people were classing it as bullying. I'm like, that's good. It's good
It's
to
the
see.
same as us.
It's good to see. It's good
We
to
have
see
a
him
crack
like
at each other, have a laugh.
That's right.
Yeah, have a laugh. That they're
Well,
not so
okay.
serious.
Mate,
I'll put it to you, Josh.
That's the Aussie thing, mate. Banter.
That's
Give
right.
each other banter.
I'll put it to you,
It's-
Josh. We all have a joke of each other. We're all good mates. Do you take it as bullying when we muck around?
No way.
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all a bit of fun.
He cops a fair bit of shit too.
But it's like he's
Not just
laughing.
from you three on the stage here, but the people behind the cameras too.
But you know,
But I'll give
like,
it back tenfold. Don't worry.
it's just gone too far, and I thought it was fun. Instead of bring back the biff, bring back the humour because
it's
it's getting way
And-
too
and
serious.
bring
Enjoy
back the
life.
mate. Yeah, if you haven't got
Life's too
laughter in your
short.
life, mate, yeah.
That's it.
Something
Like they say, laughter is the best medicine.
Oh, it is, mate.
So-
It's 100. Yeah.
Anyway, that's what caught my eye by remarkable impressions.
Well, what's next?
Smitter's mailbag. Yeah, we've got a few this week. Couple of goodies.
Brought to you
What do
by
we got?
Feral Archery.
First one is Corey Nichols.
We got a few off him.
Yeah, Corey's a
Yeah.
good bloke,
Is he
actually.
related to you?
No, it's spelled
different-
different. Yeah,
We
spelled
actually
different.
met him on the bus.
We did.
Actually, where
On the
me
way
and you
down to the
met,
final.
actually. Yeah.
Just before he got married. He got married not long after that.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, I think he's a bit of a Dragons fan, too.
He's a Dragons fan.
Yeah.
Wow, is he really? Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a fan of the show and fan of the Knights as well. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, just put a dampener on
sorry.
settings. But anyway,
Anyway,
what's he got for us tonight?
a hard break for Pearce. Who's going to fill the role, or is the lone deal not out of the question?
Well,
Lone deal, yeah.
Good question.
Well,
It's a good question,
I think we've got to
mate. Well,
watch
we're
that
trying
space
to.
with Clifford.
yeah, we're trying to hunt Clifford down. Whether or not that's going to happen, I don't know. But what halves are out there that are going to
Okay.
do
I
the
think we've got
deal?
Kurt Mann at 6,
6, yeah.
Green at 7.
7, yeah. And I think that'll be it.
Okay.
Whether we get Clifford this year or next, yeah, it's
Yeah.
Green,
it will-
touch wood, doesn't happen.
Happen.
Green gets a. You're afraid Connor at 6, Kurt at 7. That still
Yeah.
works.
yeah,
Or then you got Phoenix.
yeah. Phoenix is there,
Yeah.
and even the young fella, Simi.
Society.
That's right.
Society, yeah. So
My point of view is we don't go for a loan deal.
Yeah.
We save the money. If we had to go for a loan deal,
we've got some quality young halves there, that's for sure.
that's right. I say no, but if we had to, I say let's not look in the NRL.
We've still got one spot available in the cap, so
Let's look
in the
in England.
roster.
You reckon? Yeah.
Former Raiders player, what was his
Blake
name?
Austin,
Blake Austin.
Yeah, right.
Someone like him.
Blake Austin, Abbott Kelly,
Joshy Reynolds.
Yeah, Josh
Joshy
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
He played his
good
first
footy
game
over
of
there,
the
yeah.
So I say
James
maybe-
Maloney.
He got man of the match.
See,
yeah.
I personally would like
Yeah.
Maloney,
Yeah.
but if we had to, but I say no. I
Yeah,
think we can
did
cover
they
it ourselves.
play together at the Warriors, Maloney and Green? Or
Could've.
did Green come there after
I
I
Maloney?
think
think Green
after,
went
I
there
think.
after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But and say that when Pearce come back, Maloney Pearce, they played
Yeah,
well.
well, they played the Roosters, and they won the grand final.
But I say-
It was a halves combination, Pearce and Maloney.
I say no. Let's stick with what we've got.
Yeah,
I've
Let's
heard- that's
give
my
the
opinion.
young ones a go, mate.
That's a good-
We've got some good
Yeah, I was
young
actually-
quality halves. So.
With the injuries out from the weekend, I was looking forward to seeing if Simi would get a start
Yeah,
this week. I
I
know
was
he's on the
hoping.
extended bench.
He's,
He might.
he's named in the 21.
Yeah, yeah. So,
His chance will come.
Just that's
Come
the
away.
opportunities that come out of injuries.
Yeah.
I guess you get to see some of the
Well,
younger
I
blokes.
thought I was reading an article in NRL.com, and Adam O'Brien was thinking about putting him on the bench. Whether or not that happens, he's got Chris Randall there.
Yeah.
So whether or not that happens, I don't know.
Well, that's another
but-
handy replacement.
Replacement, yeah, Chris Randall, yeah. So
So
Yeah,
I think Chris Randall played in New South Wales Cup. He played in the halves. On
Did
the
he?
he did he?
weekend just
Yeah,
gone,
right.
Well, there you
yeah,
go,
there you go, yeah.
So
Yeah, I think-
that just puts another more to saying no.
Yeah,
Let's stay with
I think
what
Simi
we've got.
just gives you a bit more variety, a bit
And
more.
apparently he's got an awesome running game. apparently,
Yeah, he can play
so,
anywhere in the back
yeah.
line as well. So
Like, to be honest, I would be excited to see the combination of Connor at 6 and Kurt Mann at 7.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't, I wouldn't mind seeing that because Connor's got a good running game. And
So
I think Kurt would pick up where he did in the second half of last week and start running the team.
They've got good running games.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit worried about our kicking game, I think. Kurt kicked her right on the weekend.
But
that'd be more concern.
I haven't seen Connor kick, so...
No, he's more of a runner, I guess. But it would be interesting to see. But I say no.
Hopefully we don't get that.
I say no. Anyway, next one is a...
Is that hurt your shoulder?
Terry Drinkwater. Seeing as Jake Clifford wants out of the current deal with us, would the club benefit to let Clifford stay? Use the money to chase a player such as Maloney. Same kind of thing.
One of the young guns. That's what we were just talking about. Yeah,
that's right.
So. Well, I don't think. And again, we film on a Tuesday. This will go to air tomorrow or Thursday. But the news that came out late this arvo is Clifford's chasing a release from the Cowboys.
He wants to come here,
You don't know what to believe.
That's what I'm saying. There was a rumour a couple of weeks ago saying that he didn't want to come down. So
that came from the mole, and no disrespect to the mole. Sometimes he gets things wrong when it comes to the Newcastle Knights.
But was that true until this week? Now Pearce is over.
Yeah, possibly.
And then he's gone, oh, hang on, I'm going to do a backflip on a backflip because now I can play first grade there.
End of the day, he's signed a contract. He's coming in.
He's coming here whether or not.
But saying that, what's a contract these days?
That's right as well. Anyway, next one, Brady Little. Why does it look like we have the worst attacking game considering we have pretty much an Australian front row with plenty of go forward? I'd say it's game plans from the coach and the centres. Team needs to be big. A big wake-up call from 1 to 7 and 15 to 17.
Worst attack in the competition. He obviously hasn't seen the Bulldogs play. They haven't scored a point for since
round 1. I'm not too sure
one.
about the worst attack.
Our attack's all right. It was impeded Tigers, too many errors, 17, 18 dropped balls. And on the weekend, we lost our 1, 6 and 7.
I get what he's
saying.
How can
you attack when you lose your spine?
I get
straight off the bat.
That's exactly right. You lose your spine straight off.
I'm not worried about our attack.
But I get what he's saying. I think maybe saying,
look at Bradman, mate. How can you dish that attack?
Ponga hasn't been
Bradman
there.
won the game for us against the Warriors, and we scored 32 points against the Bulldogs.
Once you put those big names like KP, Bradman,
they've still got to come back.
You even got Eddie Lee.
Everyone's saying that. Knights are gone. I was listening to Jamie Soward and I think it's Chimas. He writes for the Sydney Morning Herald. Or something. I was watching them on the NRL app just later on this afternoon. And
they
say that this
NRL
game,
360 was the same.
So they're saying this game against the Titans. If the Knights lose, they're gone. But hang on, we got Edward Lee coming back. We've got Bradman Best coming back. We're still
Lockie Fitzgibbon coming back.
We've got some players. I want them to write us off. That's always been the Newcastle way too. One that we get written off, we write us still. Write us off.
I think based on that question, and I in a way I agree with him. Mitchell Pearce just kicks the ball up in the air.
That's what I was
Kicks the ball up in the air. Kicks the ball up in the air. Why not? You see, like Aaron Reid Marnie on the weekend did a mad out of dummy half 40-20. We don't.
Jaden
Brayley kicked a bit on the way. I don't agree with that with Pearce.
Actually, Jaden Brayley did do a good kick on the weekend, but it went dead.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying too.
And Blake Green, he got a couple of set repeats, you know what I mean? He kicked to the corners, which is what you got to do. You got to kick to those corners, get a good line of defence coming down after it, and trap them down in the corner, mate. Yeah. And then when they're coming off their own line, you get down there and bash them. Yeah.
That's footy 101.
That's how you do it, mate. That's how you got to do it.
I don't necessarily agree with your call on Pearce's kicking game either, but like he kicked wasn't quarter 40-20, but there was a 40-20 in the Tigers game.
Yeah.
He's put up a couple of bombs this year, a couple of spiral bombs, a couple of torpedoes, and fullbacks under pressure. We scored a try off one of his kicks on the weekend when Ramsey Gordon, your mate, dropped it off a Pearce kick. I understand. That's the game plan. And the coach has spoken about too. The game plan is to take the back three out of play by putting the ball in the air, as Kenny says, chasing and using that time while the ball's in the air to get there so they can make the tackle. So it all depends where you are on the field.
I'm on both sides of the fence. I get that as well, but I get this as well where I would like to see a little bit mixed up to keep him going.
But,
that's where Blake Green comes in, because that's what Blake Green's about. Like I said, in that second half, when we were down in our 20, I think he got us like 2 or 3 set repeats with line dropouts. You know what I mean? And that's what he does.
That's where
I saw one kick and he chased his own kick. You know what I mean? And there was no one else around him. But if he didn't chase that own kick, they probably would have ran it out of the in goal. But because he chased it, they just knocked it dead.
Yeah, that's one of his strengths. His 5th tackle options in that attacking 20 metre.
Yeah, unreal. He's one of the best for it. So, you know what I mean? It's not all bad for us. Like people are saying, riding us off and anything, mate.
Yeah, but they're not.
That's where Pearce isn't as good as Green, I reckon. Inside that attacking 20.
That's
his kicking game there's not as good.
Green's better than
But in saying that too, okay, Kurt starts playing like he did in the second half before he went off. That's going to help the likes of Mitchell, I feel. And then he can take a bit of pressure off. He might change a few things up as well. So
Ponga coming back.
And that's where like Tex Hoy's got the show and go, whereas Ponga doesn't. Ponga will use it, and sometimes when he's greasy, you know what I mean. He's hard, He's hard to tackle, you know. So once he gets a couple of steps going,
I get what he was saying, but there's no need to worry. I don't think.
And when he's behind that ruck, getting the inside ball, he's good for that too. So
okay, well this next one, you should know this one. Hang on. This is not a stitch up either. You can see it right on there. This one comes from Mrs. Cornjack, aka Sharon Nichols. Should Newcastle get rid of the mining jersey? Do you think that it is cursed? I think we need to have a mining jersey. If we need to have a mining jersey, maybe we should change the colour to pink or yellow. You want to answer that one?
I don't like the mining jersey.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like it.
Not a big fan of it.
No, I don't like it. Just me. It's a personal taste.
To be honest,
I like red and blue. That's our colours.
To be honest,
I'm all for it to help the miners and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I know a lot of people are saying that it's cursed or they don't like it, but
let's here's one for you. Let's incorporate 2 things into the one. Women in league and mining round, and have the pink jersey. Have it pink.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Something different.
Something different. Yeah.
I'll just bring up a stat on that. We've actually won more games in the mining jersey. They took us that stat up. That since we've had the mining jersey, we've actually won more games than what we have lost.
In the mining jersey.
Now you say that, I think we should wear the mining jumper every week.
So it's not cursed.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it personally, and that's it's not. Yeah, we should do something for the miners. Not a problem, but I just don't. I think we should have our red.
There's got to be some more. There's got to be some more red and blue.
Yeah.
A good question, but
yeah.
Do you like that question, or you give it to her when you get home?
No, she'll be right.
Anyway, next one is from David Cook. On a serious note, it's people like Kurt Mann, Connor Watson, who we need to keep long term. They put in 110% on every play and don't kick stones about what position they play. As shown on the weekend when they both played in the halves and fullback. Unlike a certain centre we had from Cronulla.
Yeah, I know the centre.
Gotcha.
David Cook's a smart man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the centre you're talking about there. And I think he did leave because he wasn't getting the ball.
But as I said, I don't read these. These are hot off the press.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's 100%. He's hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
People talk about Watson and Mann and say we can't keep both of them.
Why can't you?
Why not? Why not?
Lots of
they're both 100%
They're both gun players, and like he said, mate, they do every week 110%. So.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
they both want to believe.
That's the Novocastrian way, isn't it? Mate, full throttle, 110%. No.
There's another 2 players that gave up that since they've been announced captains. Jaden Brayley and Daniel Safedi. They've been given 100%.
Jaden Brayley, mate, has been outstanding.
He's awesome.
If he keeps playing the way he is, he's in the running for the Danny Badiris medal, mate, if he keeps playing the way
Not only that, I think he's got rep player written all over him too.
Mate, he's outstanding, mate. He's got them forwards going forwards.
But back to that about where he said we've got to keep Kurt and Connor, where people saying one's got to go. Who do you get rid of and why? Out of those two?
Both of them are in my side.
That's right.
Yeah.
If I'm O'Brien, I'm sorry, but Kurt's my 6 at the moment, and Connor's as
that.
Kurt said on air the other day with us, Connor's just full of life, and
he's ball of energy, mate.
And these two are the two you want to see in your jersey. One's that they play for the jersey, not the money. They're playing for the passion of the club.
He wanted to play for the Knights when he was a kid, Connor.
Going back to the footy show.
Yeah, so
the way the game's
That was on
going,
your 10 in the bin, wasn't it, Kenny?
yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
the way the game's going, those sort of players are going to become more important to sides as well. The game's getting faster.
And to
it's
be
not getting
honest,
slower.
you need a good fashion designer in your own. Anyway, guys, that's Smithers Mailbag for another what? Oh, hang on a second. Hello, Nighttime Podcast. Yeah, hold on. For you, Mike.
What do we got this week? Hello. Oh, okay. From last week. Okay, yep, all right. No, thank you. That was Beryl from the Knights Catering.
Yeah.
She wanted to make an apology. They haven't had any corn jacks lately. I don't know what the fascination is with corn jacks, but she also wanted to comment on the price of the food and the quality of the food lately. Did you see that pie I got a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, I must admit, seriously,
It looked like
Andy
a phone.
come and sat with us, and he had this pie. It was your normal size pie, but it looked like it'd been kicked around by about 20 Irishmen. It was.
It looked
I
like
don't
a
know how
foam.
you had it. It did. It actually looked like a worn out rubber.
It was terrible.
Rubber double plugger.
I know.
It was disgusting. Well, I went there on the weekend, and I got this. I think it was called a Hunter. It was a hot dog. It was cold. It was sort of like frozen, and it had something on it. I couldn't even tell you what it was. 3 cartons of chips, and that was it. And it was $51 or something. And same with my ice creams. I got 4 ice creams or something. It was around that same price.
Oh,
It was-
wow.
okay, you take a family. There's $100 and something bucks.
Oh mate, it's well, plus your tickets or whatever
plus
you buy. Yeah.
4 bottles of water in that.
Yeah.
Newcastle Knights, can you sort that out, please?
To-
It's
back-
McDonald Jones, isn't
Yeah.
it? McDonald Jones Stadium.
Is
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think so.
Okay.
Thank
well,
you, McDonald Jones Stadium. Can you sort that out,
I throw
please?
this out to you, Andy. A couple
Throw
of
it out
weeks'
to me.
time, we're going to Penrith, right? You've got to do a report on their food down there.
Critique.
Yep.
Critique.
Yep. I'll throw that out to you.
Righto.
Because I've already eaten there, I've been there.
Righto.
I'm not going to say too much, but that's your job for that
I'm
game.
going to have the strawberry milk.
Yep, strawberry.
Oh, yeah. The gold oak.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get donuts.
Is the show paying for this?
We'll talk to Floorboy Gary. But no, seriously, you come back.
Righto.
Yeah, it's a little challenging. You'll be surprised what you're going to come back
It's been a few years
with.
since I've been to Penrith.
Yeah, I'm actually going to that game too, so I'll do.
It's a Thursday
critique
night
as well.
game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can critique the ice cream.
Yeah, no, I'll do the fast food.
Righto.
The ice cream.
Yeah. No, to be honest, I won't go too far and I'll let you get there. But they have things like even toasted sandwiches and
Oh, no way. Mate.
it's the bomb.
I won't want to come home.
To come around, all right, to talk about that, all right, because I'm involved with junior rugby league as a coach. And we went to Belmont North, and we went down there, we played a game down there. Now, no word of a lie, they had chicken burgers, they had lamb and gravy rolls.
Wow.
Like, mate, they had the works, mate.
Yeah.
Hot chips, everything, you know what I mean? And for a junior club, mate, they'd be making a fortune.
Yeah.
Now, at my junior club, we just got the typical pies and sausage rolls, you know what I mean? And maybe the steak and sausage sanger. It's probably about it. Now, lamb and gravy rolls.
Oh, hang on. That's something.
You'd go out of your way to have one.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe your club needs to get in contact with Steak and Chops.
Maybe.
Get some more meat towards them, and they could be a supplier and make them.
We'll see. I don't know where they're getting. I think it's a sponsorship thing, but I think we get ours from Terrace Meats because
Well, they are good too.
yeah, I think they sponsor us. But
I've heard
yeah.
their meat's all right too.
Not as good as Steak and Chops, but
Nah, Steak and
Oh, well,
Chops
that
has got
goes
the
without
best
saying.
meat going.
Yeah.
That
It's
goes without saying.
that's right.
I'm
But
actually going there
Well,
on
they
Friday
do
to
a
get
couple
some
of
steak.
raffles, actually, Steak and Chops do a couple of raffles out at Raymond Terrace at the bar, at the golfies.
No, eh?
Yeah.
Big Terry, eh?
Yeah.
Mick Terry,
Yeah.
champion bloke, Terry. Steak and chops.
They'll have to go there and give him a crack.
Yeah, well, he even delivers down this way certain days.
Yeah, to where I am.
Yeah,
It's a long way.
yeah. I'm
Righto.
sure he'll be fine. He'll sort something out for you. He's a champion bloke, so check out Steak and Chops. But
Yep.
that's your and Josh. I'm throwing it out to you.
Righto, let's do it.
You've got to do a food review
A critique.
on Penrith
Gordon
Stadium.
Ramsay.
All right, Penrith Stadium.
Oh yeah.
So you will be surprised. I'll tell you one thing you must have is a frozen oak. Make sure you have a frozen oak.
Frozen oak.
Yep.
Frozen.
Yeah,
I don't care how cold it is, you've got to have a frozen
Andrew's
oak.
going to have a strawberry flavoured.
So, their food, they must have paid for the Excellence Centre down there or something.
I tell you what,
Would have been Gus.
wouldn't be.
Gus would have got him on that.
Yeah, he would have had all the food. You wonder, in saying that, yeah, Gus has put some weight on. Wouldn't be surprised. I'll say no more. I'll leave it to you, and you'll understand.
Okay. Well, I think he went hungry at McDonald Jones.
Yeah, I bloody did. Anyway, we'll be back after these short messages. All right, guys, it's time for Night of the Round, Josh.
Yes, Smithers, brought to you by Burger Edge, and we had the current leaderboard for the night of the round. Tyson Frizzell 12, Jaden Brayley 12, Daniel Safidi 12, Connor Watson 9, Bradman Best 9, Mitch Barnett 5, Kurt Mann 5. Andy, who are your top three?
I'm going to do this in reverse order this week because I've noticed the producer puts them up and the 1 point comes up in the middle of the board. So I'm going to do it so the 3 points comes up in the middle. 1 point I've given to Gemmet Shibasaki.
Oh, nice.
For his, I thought he had a good game on the weekend.
Yeah.
Put himself on the spot, scored a try, made a good line break. I was very happy for him. 2 points, Connor Watson. Thought he had a blinder.
Yeah.
And my 3 points went to David Clemmer. The courage he showed on the weekend, he was injured. He was on one leg.
True.
Kept going, ran 180 odd metres, 35 tackles or whatever it was.
Does it every game too.
Mate, just that was an old school Newcastle Knights front row performance on the weekend. So he got my 3 points.
True. I
Clemmer.
actually originally had Tyson for free, but I have looked over it again and I agree with you with David Clemmer for free. With that knee problem, and I also wanted to give him an extra point for bringing back the beef. So, that aggression and that.
Yeah, I didn't actually see what happened in the scrum, man.
No, I haven't
I think he
seen it
got
either.
penalised for it.
I think I
put him on
know.
report.
I think I know what the problem is, but to be honest, I think he's still a little bit traumatised by the pom poms, and he's bringing the aggression out in it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I give.
Whatever it was, it worked.
It worked, so I might have to get Porsche out there with another set of pom-poms. Anyway, Clem gets free for me. Old Sticky Palms.
Yep.
He gets free for me. Connor Watson spoke for himself once again. And I might surprise a few here, but I give Kurt one. I thought, especially in that second half, until he went off, playing fullback in defence, he was in perfect position for all the time. And then in attack, he was going up playing in the halves. And his kicking game, I wish he got to play the rest of the game and didn't get injured because
It could have been a different game, yeah. He
that's
could have,
right.
yeah.
I was starting to get excited by what Kurt was showing.
Yeah, and I think when Kurt Mann went off, I'm pretty sure, I think Mitch Barnett was in 5'8". I think he was, because once Kurt Mann went down, we didn't have a 5'8", so I think it might have been Mitch Barnett.
On Kurt too, we have been in contact with him, just for the fans as well. He couldn't come on tonight. He was wanting to come on the show, but he'll be back soon. He'll be back soon. A bit better, so we wish him a speedy recovery.
And we actually might have a special Kurt picture coming to give away to the some lucky fans. So stay tuned for that.
Nice.
Kurt being the
hopefully he's feeling better soon.
He's feeling right. We'll send out our best wishes to him anyway, and he'll be out this week.
And Mitchell Pearce, all the injured players.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, mate. Bad times.
Now, Spinners, we said last week.
Yeah, Smitter can have a 6, 5, 4 and 3.
You had 4 this week. It's only the top 3.
No, they're my top 3. But
he just has 6 1-pointers.
They're my top 3, but I like to give credit where credit's due, special mention, So what caught Smitter's eyes? All right, so we can
Kenny.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, well, for my top 3, I'll start at number 1, and think I'm going to give it to Joshy King.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
I think, I think he did outstanding and scored that try. And every run he did, mate, he come off the back fence.
Look, he's a quiet achiever.
He's achieving.
Does the work.
He bulked up.
Does his job well.
He's doing real well.
Yeah.
And my 2 points is going to go to Jaden Brayley again.
Yeah.
He's
class,
just,
mate.
He's a king.
He was another hard one.
He's another Danny Badiris, mate.
Yeah,
So
he's class.
He was another one I found hard to leave out. But as Josh said, I could only have three.
And my number 3, I'm going to give it to the one and only ball of energy, Connor Watson.
Yeah.
Our little fashion designer.
Yes. I thought, mate, from playing, he come on as a lock forward, ended up playing 5'8", and then he finished the game at fullback. So he was just the everywhere man.
I'm excited to see him at 5'8". This week.
It is. It's going to be very exciting. So, and he's a good runner of the ball too. He runs hard, runs straight. So he's going to be hard to stop. And I think they're going to be up for it this weekend. So.
Yeah,
don't write us off this week.
No, a lot of
paying $3.50 or something.
A lot of people have, bad mouthed the team and that, and I'm going to throw it out there now. We actually are going to present to the boys any video messages of support, so get on to us. We'll have something up the next day or two. Put your video message in and we'll send it to the boys. This is the time they need their true supporters.
Yeah, that's right. Let them stand up.
So let's, if you can't be with the team when they're going through a hard time, I say there's the door, use it.
Yeah.
That they need us at this time. If you're not there during this time, you can only be there as a winner when they're winning.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Yeah. And I put it out there on Facebook today too, and on Thursday. So if everyone wants to get down, let's just get down there and support them, mate. We've got a lot of injured players, mate. I think they need a bit of a G up, and it'll be good. So I'll be there on Thursday anyway. So whoever else wants to come down, mate, and get behind them, do it.
Whoever puts that jumper on the weekend is going to give 100%.
That's right.
For sure. And
I just don't like
that's what Adam O'Brien's brought the last 2 years, I reckon.
Brought a bit of steel.
A bit of resilience and
we probably, in their mind as well, we should have won the game. But look at the injuries that happen in the game. You can't help that.
Look at the spine. You can't win a game when your spine goes down.
Why be so negative to the team?
Yeah.
It's not
just
so...
trolls, mate. Just trolls.
Yeah. We went through 3 or 4 years of the spoons. Come on. I went to every game still. Yeah. Get over it. Anyway, that's Walcott.
That's not
my
Josh.
The week.
Hey, boys, the important person hasn't done their
Sorry, Big Al.
Come on, boys, come
Get
on.
into it.
Well, Kenny, my 1 point goes to Josh King as well, only because his first name's Josh and he scored a try. and
he's been outstanding.
He's got a family member in the crowd that usually wears Knights, goes and watches him every week, usually wears a Knights jersey, but in back in the day he was a Dragon supporter, and he gave it to me all game that day. So I got to give it back to him a little bit when Josh King scored his try. Well done, Kingy. Number 2 points is Connor Watson. Unreal. Should be playing the whole 80 minutes. Don't put him on the bench. Let him play the whole 80 minutes. And my 3 points goes to Tyson Frizzell for the amount of try-saving tackles he did.
He was another hard one. He was my number 8.
He had your 3 points originally. He's gone from 3 points to get an honorable mention.
For Spinner, we'll call it 1 to 13. All right.
You reckon I could buy, phone a friend and have a friend have 3 2-on-1s? Because I've got a few. But that's how it is. There's so many players that are doing such a good effort.
Yeah.
Do I have to send Spinners you the rules on Night
No, mate. It's my show. I'll make my rules. No, I just like, it's hard to leave some of them out because there is some that have been so well, and I think they just deserve a little bit of a mention. Some of them try really hard.
Yeah.
Like Josh, he tries really hard, so we've got to give him a mention sometimes. But anyway,
I think the producers keep over here. What's going on?
System, so,
anyway, it's that's Night of the Round for this week, and on to Fan of the Week.
Yes, Fan of the Week brought to you by Sports Power. I get a $50 voucher too from Sports Power.
Yep.
And that goes to Cam Ricketts.
Yeah, Cam. He actually sits not too far from me out at the games, and this guy, mad supporter, He's sit there. He's always got your
Sports ears.
Sports
I
ears
hear
in.
sports ears.
Yeah.
you know, around the whole bay in 55, you can hear him. We go, you know, people go, oh, what happened there? Next thing you know, he's up and he's telling everyone what's going on.
They're good supporters.
Yeah, and he goes to every game, and I just seen it's, you know, I was picking this week. I knew of this bloke and thought he was well deserved. So,
good on him.
yeah. So next week too, I think we might going to be start having the fan of the week on via Zoom. Is that right, Mr. Producer? Yep, that is right. So
thumbs up. Yeah.
fan of the week will be on each week now via Zoom to have their own little part on the show, plus their voucher.
Nice.
So look out.
Yeah.
Starting next week.
I'll just say,
that's good.
if you don't have sport ears, you got to get it.
I actually do have
Good,
it.
are they? Where do you get them from?
You can just get them from merchandise store, but you
You can
can
actually get them from the stadium. I think that's where I got mine.
What are you listening to the referee?
So
You can listen to the
I'm
ref
listening to the
or
referee,
commentator.
Yeah.
and on the weekend I was listening to the referees and Channel 9 commentary.
Yeah,
You can switch
right.
between whatever you're on.
So in one ear I've got the referee, and the other ear I've got the Channel 9. The Channel 9 I have just...
Are you multitasking?
But I've always got the referee in my ear, but I swap and change when they're doing the replays for the Channel 9.
That is interesting.
Okay.
That'd be better than listening to the Dragons fan that was sitting behind me on the weekend.
No.
Well,
Well, if any people watch me in the crowd, I've got a pre-game thing that I do.
is that
And-
where you were eating the ice cream?
No, so
No?
my pre-game...
The ice cream.
My pre-game routine is, and people that sit with me know what it is.
It was a ice cream too.
No, it's not the ice cream, but it is. And Glenn, who's the ground announcer on the weekend, wasn't there, so it was a bit of a shit show.
Hey, Glenn Hawke, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
he normally does the ground announcing.
He
of all
was
the
here.
players. So I now do it like I've been doing it for years, but this week just gone stuffed me up because it was a female. I didn't, and she couldn't pronounce it like Glenn does. So it was,
Not used to the females.
that's probably why we lost. I think.
Yeah, didn't get it right. Eh?
Oh, I still going back to that. He's talking about ground announcers. I reckon. Imagine, us four on the ground, and you might have Kenny over on the hill, and Josh in this stand, and us in this one, and where they keep changing microphones, and we start talking to the fans and interacting with the fans and getting them involved in the game. I reckon
That'd be good. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
I reckon.
That'd be
Good
up for
half time stuff.
Yeah, and then we can get Al out there doing a dance in his Toy Story gear. And
We'll have to get a hold of James Bracey next time and go, look, mate, we're keen to take
But
your
it
job.
should. It should. You know, even if I just use us for an example, because I reckon we'll be great, but get that more involved. They used to do it. Well, they used to go on the fan, you know.
You'd have Josh in the background. Kaylin!
Let's talk about the halftime entertainment, but too.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was
the race. The
that
boys
was
wearing
good.
the Nighttime podcast caps.
Yes.
I didn't
Yeah.
actually see that. So,
Yeah.
I've seen the race, but I
good
didn't
on
know
them.
they were wearing the hats.
Oh yeah, they it was a couple of boys that were
And how'd
involved
they go?
with the Hawks. They won.
Yes.
Then they were representing one of the coal mines. I did have it. I can't remember which coal mine. Anyway.
How'd they get the hats? Did you give it to them?
Oh, they contacted the show and contacted Smita, and
Yeah, nice.
I
enough.
arranged it
Yeah,
for
so
them.
shout out to the boys. Well done.
good
Yeah,
work.
they won,
stuff.
and so good on the boys.
Did you see how what they had to do in the race?
Yeah.
So they actually had,
Had to sprint.
They had to sprint. Then they have to
Put a mining jersey on. Had to go to the next bloke and he had to kick the ball to a bloke, and then
Yeah.
the bloke had to go down the other end and score a try.
Yeah, and
But
did you
they had to do the swan dive. To,
Yeah.
See, I reckon.
that should be.
No, we're not doing that. I know what you're going to say. We're not having. Which bit would Josh do?
Mate, I've hung my boots up, mate.
Yeah.
They're
no.
on the shelf.
I just. Yeah.
But I reckon that would be cool.
I'd get to the 10-metre line, mate, and I'd be holding my hamstring. So
No, well, you see, I was going to be the one kicking it. I wasn't going to run.
Mate, too many people get injured on that ground.
But how funny would it be?
I reckon that should be like an every week thing, like for entertainment wise, to involve the crowd.
That's right. That's what I mean. Let's, get the crowd more
And-
involved. And they're like even old mate with the gun that shoots stuff out.
Take
Joe's, it's in the same sections all the time.
Yeah, you got to go different, mate. Go to the hills. We missed out. We're sitting on the hill and we got nothing. We're like yelling out to him, come on, mate, over here.
Yeah, he goes to the same bays every time.
Like, no, there's no, secret that we pay good money for the seats for, and then we're thinking, what, because we pay good money, we don't deserve to be involved? This is not coming from me personally, this is from people around us. They go, what, because we pay decent money, we don't get the free stuff? And they're looking at me, for instance, I've got no answers. So, should be all around.
Yeah,
like even
all
the people on the hill,
the
people on the hill that pay general admission, they've got just as much right as the people in the platinum seats where we sit.
Yeah.
They're no different to us. We're no different to them.
Yeah, that's right.
Share it around. Or maybe, okay, if not, we might do some podcast shirts throw out then.
Yeah, like the ground.
Yeah.
Just
get our own gun.
Straight over the back, like you do with your Smithers mailbag.
Hey, there you go.
There you go, boys.
Watch this space. Watch this space.
Just go walk around in the grandstand, just sit down in the seat and
just go whoosh. Old mate eating his chips.
Hey, wipe his face. Watch this space.
There's probably someone at the Knights that won't like that.
Oh, well.
Next.
All right, what's up next?
Next question. All right, guys, it's time for Team List Tuesday, brought to you by Sayers Inc., the place that is going to look after Josh.
Yeah, Josh and his tattoo, Kurt man, scored.
Hey, do you want to do another one?
What's the bet this week?
If he scores next week, not this week either, I'm on to you.
Not playing, but next week.
Next week, if he scores again, he gets to do the tattooing.
Oh, I reckon he'd go all right.
Come on, I was going to let Sione do that one on me.
I've never had a tattoo, so I don't know what the experience is like.
Oh, well, what better experience than to have Kurt Man do it?
Can you tell me what the experience is like?
Have you ever been burnt?
No, to be honest, where are you going to get it? Where would you get it? On your arm?
Sayers Inc., I'll get it.
Yeah, what? You're going to... What? Okay, I'll rephrase that to... They're not so intelligent people. What part of your body would you get it out?
Probably be arm.
No.
It just feels
Probably,
to be honest, it doesn't hurt. At first, you'll feel a little bit uncomfortable. Then it's just like a slight little burn.
Yeah. I'll have to do it while
and then that
rugby league game's on. Otherwise, I won't be able to.
Okay, here's another thing. They now have pussy cream, they call it, and where you can rub it on you and you can't feel it. We'll get you some of that.
Right.
So, is it on? If he scores next week, he gets to do it.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Pussy cream.
No, I'm going to say this. Double or nothing. If Josh King scores a try this weekend, I'll get the tattoo.
Oh, no. You've already got the tattoo. You've got to put another bet to that.
Hey, he's on a try scoring spree at the moment. So
if Josh King scores this week, you're going to get a second tattoo.
No, I'll get the tattoo.
I would have gone better. I would have gone David Clemmer if he plays.
Yeah, he hasn't scored a try for us.
I remember last time he scored a try.
Yeah, neither can I.
You've already got the tattoo. You're not getting out of that one.
Anyway, I want the fans to decide.
Yeah, that's right out to the fans. What do you reckon?
No, whether I actually have to get the tattoo because he didn't actually score a try. He only kicked the field goal.
Okay, we'll throw it out there.
He scored.
He
it
scored.
might have only been a point, but he scored.
We'll throw it out to the fans. What should Josh get? Where should Josh get it? And should Kurt do some tattooing? All right, throw it out to the fans.
That's a big call. The last one. I think.
If he wants to.
I think somebody has to score a try for that bit. I think Clemmer.
Josh King's on a bit of a spree at the moment.
All right, we'll cut him down. We'll cut him a bit of slack, Big Al.
What? No, let's put one on Kenny. Kenny hasn't been here for a couple of weeks.
He said he's going to get one.
What are you picking on Kenny for?
Yeah. What are you picking on me for?
So anyway, wrapping that part up. It's all right. We'll throw it.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tattoo Tuesday now. You've done the bet, mate. You've lost it. You've got to, come through with it. We'll throw it out to the viewers for Smithers mailbag next week to where and what you have to get. All right, done. And we might even do some kind of a charity thing to help you out.
All right, Team List Tuesday.
Team List Tuesday.
brought to you by Sayers Inc.
Sayers Inc.
Oh, unbelievable.
Let's go through the Titans team. At fullback, we've got AJ Brimson. Dangerous play for them.
Yeah,
Keep an eye on him.
He is, isn't he? Got a bit of
he's
speed.
been a bit quiet last couple of weeks, so he's going to explode soon.
Touch wood.
Yeah,
Touch wood, it's not this weekend.
hopefully it's 2 weeks' time.
Yes. Yeah. On the wing, they got Philip Semi and Corey Thompson. How good's he go for a little fella? Corey Thompson.
Yeah.
He always
He's
breaks
a
the
strong
first
little nugget.
tackle. Always breaks his first tackle.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him play a bad game.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah. Anyway, Brian Kelly and Patrick Herbert in the centres.
Patrick Herbert's been okay since he moved from the
From the
Warriors.
Yeah. He was good at the Warriors when he was there too. I don't mind him. Tanner Boyd and Jamal Fogarty in the halves. Their forward pack, Jared Wallace and Big Tino in the front row.
Oh,
Can
what's
you say
Tino's
his
last
last
name? Sorry?
Big Tino. Mitch Rain at hooker. Kevin Proctor, David Fafita in the second row, and Tyrone Peachy.
Now, there's one little factor I'd like to see what happened with Tyrone Peachy and Mitch Barnett, as you noticed last year.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Now, Mitch Barnett's been cleared of all incident or whatever happened.
Yes.
Might be a
So,
little niggle in there.
yeah, I'd like to see what goes on there.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, I'm Mitch Barnett. He'll be on his best behaviour. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bait thrown at him.
I'd say Tyrone
He's an easy
I'd
baiter.
say
To be honest,
I think Tyrone would. To tell you the truth, I don't think Mitch Barnett would have said what was said.
No.
And I don't think he's that type of player and that type of bloke.
anyone that's met Mitch Barnett
Yeah,
or knows Mitch Barnett,
I don't think he would have been. He's not like that, and I don't think he would have said it. But I've got a funny feeling that Tyrone Peachy will probably try and bait him. And
that's right.
Yeah, so,
In saying that, Tyrone Peachy used to be a hell of a player. Then he left Penrith.
But he's been going all right this year with the Titans.
Yeah, but how many years has he been there?
Yeah.
He hasn't done
He's
much.
paying for a contract, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Since when he was at Penrith, like he was a gun. And he's left, and it was just like, Tyrone who?
Yeah.
Speaking of Titans and Tyrones, where's Tyrone Roberts?
He's not with...
Playing Queensland Cup.
Maybe, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure where
I think he
is.
may be injured.
Yeah, okay.
We'll throw that out to the fans. Well, there'll be a fan out there that'll know that.
No.
Yeah,
is he?
interesting. Anyway,
Yeah, that's a
former
good
Newcastle
question.
player.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I thought he was a talent. The
big raps on him coming through.
No, this
junior.
next one will be a good one for you, mate.
well,
Kevin Proctor.
No.
Sideshow Bob. That'll be one of our friends, wouldn't it?
No, the interchange.
Sideshow Bob.
The interchange. Number 14. Who is it?
Who's number 14?
That's Fodawaka. Sam Lasoni, Jermaine Jolliffe,
Number
and
17 will be easy for you.
Aaron Clark.
That's a bit hard, isn't it?
One player that's missing from there too this year, that Sam Stone.
You know who also is missing?
Dave
Herman
Herman
SAS.
SAS.
He's on the
extended
reserves.
bench.
He's
What's going on there?
Hang on.
Because
can't believe he
honestly,
can't. He's gone up there. I know
Ash Taylor's on the extended bench as well.
I know
Is he
Herman.
He's coming back from an injury, I think.
Yeah, he broken hand.
Yeah.
I think or something.
I feel sorry for Herman,
Yeah, he's gone up there. I know he went back there for his family. His family's up there.
but he didn't want to at start.
Yeah, but then he's gone up there hoping to get a spot, and they've signed for Feeder, and they've already got Proctor up there. So now
they signed
he's
Big Tino and-
But to tell you the truth, I'd put Herman in 13 other than Tyrone Peachy.
Yeah, I would have too.
But no,
They got you have a look at their team, but they haven't got a bad team on paper.
no, it's not.
You know, you've got some decent young talent, and then you've got some old heads like.
Just when are they going to gel?
That's right.
the
It's
thing.
only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Because you've got some old blokes there like Sideshow Bob and Kevin Proctor.
And like I said, hopefully when they gel, it's in about 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
So,
Hopefully
Yeah, they're
they
not
have
playing
a-
bad football, but
Yeah, well, hopefully this week they have a shocker.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Now the team of the year.
So, well, I'm not going to say team of the year, but let's factor in, or let's consider the injuries the Knights have got. We're still putting out a fairly competitive side.
That's right.
And
Don't be as concerned as...
one to 5. There's only one change there, really, in that 1 to 5.
Yeah.
And we
that's-
haven't...
that's KP.
and that's a big-
Company.
Yeah.
But you
and
see-
how good's that?
That's right.
You know, so
He's the X
massive.
factor that adds to that. You know, we lose a bit in Junior and Kurt.
yeah.
And the KP brings that excitement back in.
Yeah,
That's
Jacob
right.
Sayfoody's a big out as well.
Well,
That's
yeah,
right,
yeah.
100%.
Couple of week suspension, but let's go through them. So we've got Kalen Ponga coming in at fullback, Stafford Toa on the wing with Heimel Hunt, Inari Tuala, Gemet Shibasaki in the centres. Then, as we said, Connor Watson's playing at 6 with Blake Green, halfback. Forward pack still a strong.
Oh, isn't it? Why?
Hopefully Clemmer cleared the play. He's been named, but
I think he will. I'm not 100% sure, but just before we come on air, I'm pretty sure I've seen something that said he was cleared. But
right. Well,
I could be wrong.
Yeah, hopefully that's right, and he's right to go. So he'd be a massive loss if he's not playing. But yeah, him and Daniel Sayfoody, it's close to the best front row combination.
Well, it's Australian front row, really, in a way.
Yeah.
Or New South Wales.
Yeah, Clemmer got dropped from
he's still
last side last year.
Still,
crazy. Jaden Brayley, we've spoken about him. How good's he going?
Yeah.
Tyson Frizzell, Mitch Barnett in the second row with
number 13, I'm impressed with.
Suaso Sue. Yeah, well, he's been starting there every week anyway. So
But I didn't know too much about the bloke. I knew of him, but I didn't know much.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
Really impressed with him.
Yeah, so interchange bench. We've got Chris Randall, Pasami Sorlo comes into the side, so he'll add a little bit. Josh King's playing good footy, and Brody Jones.
Yes.
Hopefully he'll get a run. Yeah.
It'd be great to see him get a run. So
I want to see first forward interchange that needs to come on. Give a Brody Jones a run.
Yeah. So
Very good.
I think he's up for a big game.
Now, boys, there is a new rule change effective this round.
18th man.
18th man. Out of those reserves, I had to go Jack Johns.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully it will be, hey?
I'll just say I still wouldn't mind if Simi Sasagi comes onto the bench for Chris Randall. I think he just adds a little bit more in utility value.
I'd put I'd put even Simasaki in as 18th man even to bring him, just gel him in.
Yeah.
Even if he has a bit of time sitting on the sideline, get him gelled.
Garrett Smith's there as well. He came out from the Cowboys, didn't he, in the off-season and as a development player. So
Nice.
But anyway, that's the team.
Team list Tuesday.
Go the Knights. Good luck on the
For this
weekend,
week.
boys. 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon.
That's brought to you by who, Josh, sir?
Josh's tattooist, say his
Say Zing. No worries. We'll be back after these short messages.
Jiffy.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. Time for the crew review. This brought to you by Muso's Corner.
Muso's Corner.
Yes.
Thanks for that, mate.
Yeah, I think you should get an instrument because you bloody well can't sing. Muso's Corner. Speaking of Muso's Corner, we'll have something from them coming up very soon. So, thanks to Muso's.
They supply all this gear.
They supply all this gear, great instruments. And
they've been awesome to us.
yeah, they are. We can't thank them enough, and they've got something special coming up very soon. So,
Nice.
yeah,
Good work.
which will involve the Great Witching Hour.
Cool.
Something special. So, crew view for this week, guys.
Crew review, yes. Well, Knights to win, mate.
Knights to win, yeah.
Well, just like I said before, everyone's putting the dusher on us, you know what I mean? Everyone's trying to hit us over with the fry pan, and I've just got a funny feeling, mate, that we could turn it around, mate. Even with that lineup that we've got, you know what I mean? Like, there's still quality.
But the thing is...
Frizzell, Barnett, you know what I mean? Saifidi, Clemmer, Brayley. Connor Watson, Green, Hunt, Ponga, Stafford Toa, you know.
But the thing is, too, we've only got a Band-Aid this week.
Yeah.
And then we've got all these players coming back anyway.
Yeah, that's right. And
so why is everyone hitting the freaking panic
I think
button?
Edric's back next week or the week after.
His hands will be back.
Yeah.
So,
Fitzy will be back.
Yeah, he should be
he's
back.
still a little while off.
I think, still a couple
What's
of
wrong
weeks.
with Fitzy?
His shoulder? I think
He
it's
had a
his
shoulder.
yeah.
You like that beard of his, but don't you?
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's pretty good.
Find it sexy.
Apparently it's growing, isn't it? He's
Yeah.
got the hair
I
cranky
mean,
too.
this is what I think. I'm looking at Josh, and I think he's trying to be a little bit of a fitsy with this beard.
No, I'm going towards Kenny.
Kenny, that's what I thought. He's trying to copy me, I think, is he?
Yeah, well, look out.
Mate, you got to get the grey in it, mate.
Yeah.
But he needs the mullet.
Yeah.
You can't have half a head.
I'm not growing the mullet.
There's nothing wrong with the mullet, mate. It's all good.
Or maybe you could go half and half and have a Smita mohawk.
Yeah.
All right, boys. So
On the reverse mohawk.
Yeah, I like what you do with your hair each night.
boys, I'm going to introduce a new segment here under the crew view, and it's a bold prediction. So whatever you think will happen this weekend, whether it's the Knights
Just with
game,
the Knights game?
whether it's the Knights game, I want one. I want one from the night for the Knights game and one for the overall game.
Overall games over the round. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I now wish I had reviewed the round.
I know I'm
playing
throwing it
deep.
on you, but that's what's bold about it.
My prediction will be for Connor Watson to have a man of the match performance. You watch now, I've said that, he'll probably have a shocker, but I reckon Connor will stand up this week.
Every time I've predicted somebody to have a good game this year or score a double, they've got come out and got injured. So,
Yeah, well, that's what we've had a few.
I'm not making that.
We've had a few
prediction.
people say, can we stop getting Kurt on the show?
know.
Because he gets hurt every time we have him on the show. So.
Maybe I should go down the other way and say one of the Titans players is going to have a blinder and score a double.
Yeah.
Whatever you like, mate.
A bold prediction. Well, my bold prediction is $13. Bulldogs to beat the Storm.
Oh, that is bold.
Ooh, that is
that's
bold.
Oh, you want a bold prediction? There you go.
Well, that's
That
bold.
is bold.
We're saying bold, not ridiculous. That's stupid.
Hey,
If you had said Bulldogs to score a try, that's pretty
no,
bold.
mate. Oh, and the NRL, mate, it's a funny game these days. So
The Bulldogs have probably got more chance of scoring than Josh, I think.
well, there you go. There's a bold prediction. Bulldogs to score a try against the Storm.
Yeah, no, they'll bounce back. They'll score something. But
Yeah.
if I was to have an upset of the round, I reckon the Dragons
Yeah, over the Eels.
to do the Riverworms.
Yeah. That could be an upset. That could be a ball over.
Yeah.
$3.75 they're paying too.
My bold prediction is that Clemmer will do a try assist for someone to score a try.
You reckon?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
He'll do a try assist. And for the overall is Trent Barrett will get the Bulldogs to score more than 14 points.
I don't
More
know.
than 14. What, this week? Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to have a quick look at who's playing this week.
That's what I'm doing right now, actually.
Not
So
being prepared.
Going
but
back
you
with-
threw that on me.
Trent Barrett. I don't know if I rate him as coach, to be honest. He's a great assistant coach,
Yeah.
but I don't know if
He hasn't shown enough, really, has he? Like,
Has
when
he really
went
at Manly either?
Yeah.
You know,
He's-
there's Manly.
But both times he's been head coach, he hasn't had he hasn't had a good squad.
No, but hang on. You can't really say the Bulldogs aren't a good squad because they've got some decent players there.
Yeah, I think Nick Kotrick, Corey Allen,
Yeah.
Um,
Adam Elliott.
Adam Elliott, Josh Jackson,
The fighter. What's his name from Penrith? Come from Penrith? Cartwright?
no, is that Heverington?
Yeah, Heverington.
Yeah, Jack.
Jack Heverington. Like this, and then you got Papa from the Roosters. Come from the Roosters.
Oh yeah, Dylan Napa.
Dylan
yeah.
Napa. So you can't say.
He's been cold ever since he left the Roosters.
Roosters, he has, hadn't he?
He hasn't done-
He's gone on a bit
See-
of a spell. Yeah.
I reckon they should have done a player swap when Penrith said they'll take him, and then they'll release Burton. Because I reckon if he went to Penrith, you'd see a different player.
Yeah, because what you reckon? Because he's in a classier team.
I just think some players, they go to a club, they don't perform, then they get
then
released and go to another club, and then magic.
They just they scoop up. Yeah, well, a good club for that, mate. Melbourne Storm under Bellamy. Now this is Bellamy's last year, so
Or is it?
next year. Well, could he go to the Broncos? You don't know.
Who's chasing him? The Sharks.
Yeah, the Sharks apparently.
What's wrong with John?
And he's a Sydney
John
boy
Morris
too. So.
What's wrong with him?
Nothing.
But
He's doing a good job there.
He's doing a great job.
It's come from the CEO of the Sharks. They want a coach there that can attract
The players.
But to me, it's not so much a coach. If that team and club's going well, players that want to go there no matter who the coach is.
Yeah,
That's
it was Bellamy.
Before last year, who was Adam O'Brien?
Oh, that's
the
right.
players that want to come to the
All we knew was he was Bellamy's assistant.
Yeah, that's
basically, and Trent Robinson
come through some good systems.
And
and
I'll give you a prediction for the
he likes throwing the bottle around too. Yeah.
for the finals. The Dragons will be in the finals this year.
Oh yeah.
I said for this week.
Oh, I'm giving you one for a long one.
That's a good one.
I've had a look at the round now. My prediction for this week: the Sharks are going to get up.
And who are they playing?
There's
Up
another
against
one.
the Roosters.
The Roosters. Sharks will do the Roosters.
See, I was
That'll
going to
be my
throw that one in
prediction
too, but I thought I might have got in trouble off Josh for having
And as
too many.
as far as the Knights game goes, my prediction. I don't want to say it, but Kalen Ponga is going to score a double.
Yeah.
Man of the match.
First game back.
Knights will win.
Yeah.
Kalen Ponga, man of the match, 2 tries.
Oh,
And it'd be good, to tell you the truth, to break the bloody hoodoo up there as well. I don't think we haven't won up there for a while.
Yeah.
Can we?
So it'd be good. It'd be good.
Is Movie World and that shut down?
Well, the hoodoos are coming. Now, look at the Bulldogs. We hadn't beat the Bulldogs at home in 7 years.
Yeah.
And we beat them in round 1.
Yeah.
Is Movie World and that shut down?
No,
Or is it still open?
it's still open.
Oh, we're bugging. Yeah, so they might be going to Movie World and that. They might be right. So. But I would like to see.
He's not Tom Brady going to Disneyland.
I'd like to see out of your 1 to 13, if you could pick one to score, who would you like to see score
I'd like to see score.
out of our side?
David Clemmer.
Yeah,
Yep.
same. It'd be good to see Clemmer get over the line. But I'm with you too. I think KP can have I reckon he can have a blinder on the weekend, and he's one there to score a double or even.
He'd be hanging out.
I'd like to see.
I'd
like to see Sue get a try.
Tuaso Sue.
Yeah, for the effort he's put
Callum
in.
Ponga try assist.
Yeah, for the effort he's put in since coming here, and first try as a night, maybe leave it to the next home game.
Yeah.
Give him a good rev up, but I'd like to see him get a try soon.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Chris Randall score a try.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Kurt Mann get a try next week as
I'd
well.
honestly like to see all of them score.
I think Josh would, but
Every one of them. Let's see every one of them score a try.
Oh, that'd be
God.
good. 13 tries. 13 tries for 2 or something.
If they
That'd
do,
be
we'll
great.
win.
Oh, yeah.
That's my board prediction. If we score 13 tries, we'll win.
That's the way.
anyway,
KP for 2, Hummel Hunt for 2.
Yeah.
that's us for the night again, boys. Been a good show.
Yeah, no, it's good to be back too.
Any more news? No, not really.
It is
I
good.
reckon watch his space with Clifford. See what happens there.
Yeah.
The Cowboys.
See if he does
the
come
Cowboys
down.
right too. If they don't want to release him, they don't have to release
It's great
him.
to see. It's great to see Kenny back on the.
Yeah,
on the
it
bench.
is, mate.
Missed ya?
It is.
Yeah, we might see.
I guarantee you, if we win, you'll be
me.
coming back to
Yeah, on the good luck charm.
We might see about
Let's see, mate.
putting Al back up on the desk and
Yeah.
having the 4 of us up there. And
Damo back next week.
Damo should be back on the couch. And
You know what? That caught my eye. I didn't see the big flag on the weekend.
no, he wasn't
no,
there.
he
He was
wasn't there.
away.
He was
spending
away.
time with his new girlfriend. Apparently.
Oh,
I knew he was going to Byron Bay for the Blues
Hey.
Fest, but that got canned.
no, he still went away.
Still went
I
up.
think he went to Foster or something.
And maybe there might be a
Garvin,
nighttime.
I think it's called
Garvin,
Garvin.
It
Yeah.
might be a nighttime wedding. Is that what you're trying to tell us, Josh? On the horizon, nighttime
No,
wedding?
no.
Oh, okay. We'll get next.
Well, I don't know, Damo. Let us know next week.
Anyway, so yeah, probably Damo will be back next week, and might have Kurt in, see how he's travelling.
If
by
not,
Zoom.
we might have another player
Yeah.
now on next week too, which would be exciting. So
Oh, it might be a super show. We could have a double.
double.
Double. Whoa.
That's a bold prediction.
That's a bold
No,
prediction.
Hopefully we might be able to get one in the studio and they can come in. They can sit up here and have a good.
Or sit over there and enjoy the goosey beer and the bloke in the bar beer. And
In the View.
In the View. Too easy. Well, that's us for another night. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Steak and Chops, Mobile Travel Agents, Remarkable Impressions, Feral Archery, Burger Urge, Sports Power, Sayers Inc., and Muso's Corner. And I'll give a shout out to our producer Brendan and floor boy Gary.
Nice.
Yeah. And all the injured Knights players, hope you all.
Hope they get quick recovery, and let's see you all back on the park this
100%.
year. And
big run.
don't knock us, mate.
Second half of the season.
Yeah, that's it. Don't
I just
knock
want to
us.
give a shout out to Anthony Seabold, who's part of our Knights coaching staff. The reason why I want to give him a shout out, he come up, I asked him a couple of questions prior to the game, and I said, one of the questions was, are you glad that you're not with the Broncos? And he said, yes, and Milford gets paid way too much.
We had a chat to him at the Fan Day. He was awesome. He was a
good bloke.
bloke. I know we're wrapping up, but I saw some comments on Facebook. Someone's given it to Adam O'Brien and said, you sounded too much like Anthony Seabold. And
Right.
in a negative way. I'm going, have you seen his press conferences? He's awesome.
He
Actually,
does it well. Yeah.
We actually might have a special guest via Zoom next week too. Phil Hogan, good friend of the show that does all the Knights painting, so he might be in as well. So stay tuned, but check out our
shout outs, Kenny.
check out our.
To my young fella and to my fiance. Love you, bub.
Yeah,
And
hope she's feeling better too.
Yeah, good stuff.
She's doing well. So
Good stuff.
And check out our Knights Kids we're introducing, where you put pictures up of your kids at the game, celebrating the game. We're going to have a prize each week for that. And our Knights, where we're going to send the messages to the players to keep their spirits up. So keep an eye out for that and send them in. And till then, catch you next week.
Keep watching.
Go the Knights.
Once a night, always a night. Good night.
Come on, people, listen now.